about to do our finger taps for counting our syllables before we get started.
I already know what it is. Air taps. Oh no, the frog
Okay, let's review. Mason, they're going to help teach you. We're going to tap our fingers, Mason, on the palm of our hand for each syllable that we hear in a word, okay? Let's go ahead and do the word dolphin, okay? Dolphin. So Mason, how many syllables did you hear? How many? 2, that's correct. All right, let's try a different word. Let's try spaghetti. Okay, here we go.
Spaghetti.
Hadley, how many syllables did you hear? 3, that is correct. Christian, you're up next, okay? We're going to do the word spider. Okay, here we go.
Spider.
How many syllables did you hear? 2. Spider has 2, you're correct. Let's do Snoopy. Here we go. Snoopy. Rylan, how many syllables did you hear? 2, that is correct. Now, we're going to introduce something else, bud, okay? If it has 2 syllables, like this word, can you help in teaching, Remy? Like the word robin, let's do robin. Robin. Remy, if it has 2 syllables, do you remember how many vowel sounds it has?
2.
That is correct, it has 2. Let's do Halloween, okay? Here we go.
Halloween.
Jalen, how many syllables did you hear?
3.
3. So Lily, if it has 3 syllables, how many vowel sounds does it have? 3. Good job. All right, that's a good review. Let's go ahead and talk about today's lesson. We are going to work with the name hat and the sound hat. And I have a word here. Okay? What vowel sound do you spy in my word? Sophia?
Speak.
Okay, speak is my word. What vowel sound do you spy in it?
E-A.
E-A. Okay, she spotted E and A. What sound does E and A make? Jax? E. And why can't it say its name, Jax? This is a little tricky. Why can't it say its name? Because, well, the E and the A, right? Together, when the 2 vowels are together, it can say its name. And we have it up here. It can be up here on Vowel Town with the vowel sound E. Because what face shape does your face make? What shape does your mouth make when you say E? It does make a smile. Good job. All right, let's look at another word. Well, it's not going to go up there. Our next word is plane. Okay, let me just go ahead and write it on here for us.
There it is.
Okay, if I write the word plane, what is my vowel sound, Wesley? E and A. Okay, so those are my 2 vowels. And what sound does it make? A. And why can it make the A vowel sound, Wesley?
Because the E says A.
Well, what does the E say? It says, hey.
What's your name?
It says, hey, what's your name? And the A replies,
A.
A. So it works together. Let's take a look at this next word. What is my vowel sound, Ellie, in that word? Ah. Okay, the letter is A, and you're right, it makes the ah sound. So I have a question for you, Ellie. Why does it not make the vowel sound A like on Valtown?
Because it doesn't have a what's your name.
You're right, it doesn't have a what's your name E.
Is that correct?
Okay. It's just an extra. Okay, so she is right. Let's take a look. We learned yesterday, we're going to take a look at some words. We learned yesterday that all syllables have a vowel sound. And today, some of those multi-syllable words might not be exactly like on Valtown. Okay, so let's take a look. I have the letters for the word stony. Okay. What is the first sound you hear in stony, Christian? You're right, so I see it right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on the first sound dot. What is the second sound, Cohen, do you hear in the word stony? I agree, so I'm going to pull that down. What is the third sound that you hear in stony, Graham?
Oh.
Oh, now this is the tricky part. What do you notice about the letters that I have left up here, Remy?
There's no E.
There's no E. Okay, so we're going to get to that in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and spell it.
I'm a butterfly. So, N and Y, N-Y.
What is, so we're at O, and notice we didn't spell it like on Valtown. What's the fourth sound that you hear, Mason? Stony. And what sound does N make? Mm. And what's the last sound that you hear in the word stony, Ledger?
Y.
Well, what sound do you hear?
No.
Stony. E. And what do you notice? That it's spelled with a
Y.
Y. But how do we normally spell E on Valtown? E, okay? And there's some other ways to spell it, but normally. So let's see how many syllables this word has. Okay, here we go. Let's get our fingers ready to tap in the palm of our hand. Are you ready? Okay, crisscross applesauce. Get your hands ready. Here we go. Stony. Okay, so how many syllables did you hear, Troy? 2, I agree. So if it has 2 syllables, Rylan, how many vowels is it going to have? 2. Okay. So let's take a look here. This is our new spot. So it's a multi-syllable word. So that means that it has more than one syllable. And sometimes in multi-syllable words, we get to, they don't always follow these rules on Valtown, okay? They can change when it's a multi-syllable word, okay? Just like the word stony that we had, okay? So, let's take a look. We spelled this, if this letter was all by itself on vowel sound, what would it sound like? What sound would it make? Troy? All by itself on Valtown, down here in Wide Open Valley. What sound does it make? Ah. Okay. But you guys have already noticed when you told me what sound it made. What sound does it make in the word stony? Oh. So we have 2 special hats here today to help us. In the word stony, because it's a multi-syllable word, we've tapped it out. We know that it has 2 syllables. We know that it wears, does it wear a sound hat? Does it make it sound like on Valtown? Does it make ah? Or does it say its name and wear this fancy hat that you would like wear to a ball?
Name.
And or does it say its name, Valerie? It says its name. Okay. So in multi-syllable words, they can switch their hats. They might not follow our Valtown rules. So, and then also Ledger pointed out that it made the E sound, but what is it spelled with? It's kind of hard to see right there. What is it spelled with?
E.
What letter, second grade?
Y.
Y. It is spelled with a Y, even though on Valtown it
A-Y?
is spelled with E-E.
It's just like on Valtown.
Let's see here. we go.
E-Y. E-Y.
Alrighty. So let's take a look at, hold on, before we finish this word. Alright, can you go back and set it your seat, please? Alrighty, so if you found this word in a book, it might be in a sentence like this. The horse walked down the path, and it has this word. But what if I came to it and I wasn't sure what the word is? I could try on the two different hats. So I'm going to try, I know that this makes the ah sound on vowel, so I'm going to try the ah sound. The horse walked down the st-ani path. Does that make sense?
No.
No, so if it doesn't make sense and we know that it's a multi-syllable word, let's try the other hat, okay? Would this make sense in the story? Okay, we're going to try it with the other hat since that's a multi-syllable word. The horse walked down the stony path. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so in multi-syllable words, you may have to try on different hats. Let's practice with a few other words, okay?
We don't want to talk on each other.
It's okay. All right, let's take a look at this word. Okay. Okay, so I have it all mixed up here. My word is going to be body. Okay. What's the first sound you hear in body, Clara?
But.
What is the next sound you hear in body, Christian? Great job. What is the third sound you hear in body, Lily? And what sound does that make? Great. Odd. And what's the last sound you hear, Cohen? E. And notice, we don't have an E up here, so we're going to spell it with a Y. Okay? Now this is we're going to try on our two hats. If you came to this word in a sentence, milk makes my strong. Okay? We're going to try it with the sound hat first because normally on Voweltown, an O all by itself makes what sound, Mason? What sound does this make on Voweltown? Ah. Okay, so let's try it. Milk makes my body. Body. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. If this multi-syllable word, if we had tried it with our name hat first, what would the word be, Sophia? Bodie. And what makes sense, body or Bodie?
Body.
Body. Okay. Let's take a look at another word. Let's try this one. I'm going to go ahead and actually put it in order this time. Okay, let's start by testing out how many syllables, okay? So to find our syllables, we're going to spy our vowels. How many vowels do you see in our word? Okay, Jalen? 2 syllables, okay? And we have 2 vowel sounds. We have a pair here and a vowel here. Whoops, maybe you can see, okay? So we know this is a multi-syllable word. If it has 2 vowels, it's going to have 2 syllables. Let's try our first syllable. Let's try the sound hat because that is what the I is all by itself on Voweltown, okay? So what sound does this make on Voweltown, Hadley? Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to figure out this syllable. Riv. What does it make on Valtown for this sound, Cohen? Okay, let's see. Let's put it together and see if river makes sense. Here we go. River. What would our word be? River. If I tried, notice we have a what's your name E over here and it can holler over. If I tried the name hat, what would my word be? Jax? River. Have you ever heard of that word before, Jax? Neither have I. So this is a word that doesn't follow the rules because it has a what's your name E in it, but it's going to make it sound because it's a multi-syllable word. Okay? So multi-syllable words don't always follow the rules. Now I'm going to give you a new word and I want you to try to figure it out in your head on your own, and then you're going to share with a partner. Here is my next, and remember, Graham, you may have to try it with 2 different hats, okay? All right, let's see. I'm going to spell it correctly. I'm not going to mix it up. First, in your head, I want you to try to figure out how many syllables are there. Spy those vowels and see how many syllables. You can tap it out if you need to. I see some tapping. That's great. Okay, show me with your hands. How many syllables are there? Great. I agree. There's 2. Okay. So if it's a multi-syllable word, you may need to change the hats up. Okay. Let's look at our first syllable. Okay, our first syllable. I want you to try it with a name hat and a sound hat. Okay? I want you to whisper that first syllable to somebody. Someone close to you, whisper the first syllable. So if we try with the sound hat first, what sound would it make all by itself on Valtown, Remy? Ah. So if my first syllable was fra, my second syllable is zen, fra-zen. Fra-zen. Does that make sense? Have you ever heard of that word, Remy? Neither have I. So now I want you to whisper to someone close to you and try the name hat. Okay? Try the name hat. Clara, what vowel sound did you try when you put the name hat on it? Oh, okay. And when we did O, that makes the syllable fro. And our second syllable zen, frozen. Frozen. Does that word make more sense than a frozen? Yes. Okay. Notice we do have a what's your name E jumping over and saying, hey, what's your name? Okay, so that happened to follow the rule. Okay. 2nd grade. Tomorrow we will learn more about our multi-syllable words. And I would like for you to stand up for a brain break, please.